and I am the founder and director of the EMU Scholarship Fund. I am from Delta State, Nigeria, but I grew up in the capital city, Abuja.
Mary, thank you so much for joining us. You're coming onto this show as one of the first guests. How are you feeling? How was your week?
I am so excited to be here. This is one of the highlights of my week, honestly. The week has been quite nice. I've been doing a lot of working on schoolwork and foundation work. So this is the one part of my week so far that I haven't had to work. And this week was Valentine's as well.
Is that work? Is that part of your job situation? Yeah, we're getting where? Okay,
I was getting there. Valentine's was actually fun for me. I had...
Your boo took you out?
No.
My fault.
I had two of my female friends exchange gifts with me, and receiving their gifts really meant a lot to me. They were really thought out. So that was also another good part of my week. So this is nice. It's nice to be here. I slept before this, so I feel very prepared. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. You're here. You're fully gifted up. You have been working all week. What do you have to say to those people that want to be foundation owners very soon?
That's a good one.
How do you divert funds from the scholarship to your personal bank account?
What? I don't do that.
I see. For the cameras rolling.
The funds are in a whole different account with a whole different bank card. Right?
I see.
Integrity. We have integrity over here. Yes, and I personally manage. But if I wanted to give recommendations to anybody that wants to be in this line of work, where it's no pay, nonprofit work, volunteer work, you really have to believe. Like, you really have to have a drive. You have to have the vision, because as the name implies, there's no profit.
There's no profit.
There's no money that comes back to you.
Bless them.
And so the only profit is the goodwill, right? But in terms of finances, there's no, you could work for hours and definitely don't be expecting a paycheck, right? So if you want to found it, and if you're founding it, it also means you have to believe in it 100% with your full heart. I could talk about that for days because I just love it so much. So the basis is you have to love it. You have to be led. Me personally, I believe you have to be led to do it. And when I say led, I mean by God. Like, I don't mean just randomly.
Not led astray. Okay.
Yeah, like, be led to do it and definitely have a drive for it, because it's not always easy. There are good parts for you, but it's for others. And anything that's for others is not always that easy. So very much have a drive and make sure it's genuine, not just to do.
Fair enough. And the thing is, thank you, I try. The thing is, as you're coming in today, people are looking at you and people are judging you immediately. They're like, who is this lady? Is she a good person? Is she really not diverting the funds? These are all the questions that people have on their head. So to get things started, we're going to play a little game called Assumptions, okay?
Okay. We're
going to answer some questions. You're going to read out a question with some options, multiple choice questions. This is not theory, not JAM or WAEC. You're going to read out those questions, and then it's up to me and the audience to guess what your answers will be. And then you will now give us the answers to say. Oh. Exactly. So...
Not my phone ringing. Keep going.
And then after which, just to make you feel less lonely, I will then, ask you, and we'll get to know each other. Exactly.
You're so generous.
I know, right?
Wow. Can't imagine what I would have done if you didn't read your cards.
This is my show as well.
I would have spiraled there. Wow.
Yes.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? The piles deserve some love. Okay, so go ahead, read your first question. Let's start with level 1 and then we'll break into... Yes. Just give me a level 1 regular question.
Okay. If we're talking sugar versus salt, I'm on team A, sugar, B, salt.
Sugar. Mary... You see, the thing is, she might want to say something like, "Oh, nowadays, actually."
Yeah.
Don't let me land. Nowadays, I don't eat sugar. I hate sugar. This is new. This is all this. This is all that. But going on historical basis, Mary is sugar. Everyone knows she's sugar.
Historical basis. I'm a new person.
Here we go. This new year, new me type switch up. Okay, you want to go with the new year, new me? Okay.
Salt. Is it not as of current?
Salt, sure.
As of recent?
Go ahead, lie to the camera.
It is he is right. Historically, I have been a sugar person, but I think as I've just grown, I just kind of just fell off it. I'm so serious.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not even joking, like actually. And so now it's salt.
Salt.
I use salt a lot more.
Exactly.
Or I eat like, oh my God.
What? What did you want to say?
I tried pickles.
You tried pickles and you just loved it.
Like, bro, I would never try pickles because that's not sugar at all. But since I've been off sugar, I'm like, this is the new wave. And the pickles were so salty, but I love them.
You love them.
So whoever is making the pickles, like...
You want to give them a hug.
Yeah, like, I don't know why I've not... It took this long.
It took this long.
But I love pickles. So yes, I'm a salt person now.
Yeah, a salt person. Congrats to you. Let me see what my own question is. Maybe we can get some honesty on this show.
Okay.
When I eat cheese, I peel it or bite right into it.
Cheese?
Yeah. When I'm chugging down some cheese, what do I eat?
Peel
if you don't know me,
bite.
just say, do I?
When have you ever peeled cheese? I would say bite into it because who's peeling cheese? Like, that's so...
They're talking about string cheese. You know string cheese that you rip apart? You don't know string cheese? You don't know? You have never heard of string cheese? You heard of pickles? All that one. You know pickles, but string cheese, never heard of it.
I still say bite into it. But it's kind of hot. I still say bite into it, though.
Oh, man, that's your own problem.
But I'm going to keep my blanket.
You see? You said bite right into it. Sure. Let's go with that, I guess. You know, honestly, I don't really eat cheese.
Yeah,
really. I'm not a cheese consumer like that. But, you know, what happens, you know? What was your own last question? Give us one more level 1 question.
Level 1. I'm splitting the bill on the first date.
You know what's funny? It used to be like a different story for you. Mary used to be very, like, you know, independence driven. Not to say that she's not independent, but independence, like all the way, like I don't want no man taking care of me. I take care of myself. I don't want no one talking.
My femininity.
Here we go. As far letting the man carry the bill is the femininity. So now, what I'm very sure her answer will be is, you know, not that I'm against carrying the bill. I can carry the bill if I want to carry the bill, but I'll let the guy pay for me. I won't split the check. That'll be our preference.
I guess, yeah, that is right. I am it depends person. I'm more of like, when I get there, I'll see.
I'll get there. If the date is going bad, she'll pay for herself.
Yes, 100%. And if I've made up my mind, I'm one of those, like if I can see like, I wasn't even supposed to be here for real, like, I'm going to pay. Or if you want to pay, really, I'm not going to argue though, but I will offer and kind of stand on it more because I'm like...
You're not going to see me again.
Yeah, and I'm not like take me out for... I'm not after the... Like, it doesn't really impress me. So I would want to pay. But if it's like, yeah, just a date, and I know you... I think it means more to the guy sometimes. So
it means more to the guy to pay.
Like they want to be that, I guess. So
you want to be that.
Either way, I'm fine. Really, like I've always said that if I'm going out on any hangout or any date, I'm gonna make sure I can afford it. Like I'll make sure that I also brought my wallet, and I can buy it. I'm gonna order something that I know I can pay for, wine that I know I can pay for, whatever, and just to have my own back. Because what if he leaves me, and then what? Like no. So, but yes, he can pay on the first date.
So if you don't have enough money to cover the bill, you don't go.
I would always have enough money if I'm accepting to go somewhere. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't, you won't go.
Like if it's what, like a 5-star.
Yeah.
$100, $200, $300, $400.
So you won't go.
I'd be scared. First date. I don't know. That's a good question. Is he a celebrity?
No. Some people can just afford it.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I'll go.
It's not like you're going to a $10,000 steak.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying. I was like,
I'm talking about like 200,
oh, yeah,
300. Here you go. She said, I'll cover it some way, somehow.
I'll cover it now, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Let me see. I snore when I sleep. True or false?
True.
You know, things actually changed for me.
No.
My life actually changed around.
No.
Yeah, do I used to snore? Yeah, I used to snore.
No.
That was me. I was that guy before.
No.
But now things have changed.
He still snores.
I don't snore anymore.
He
When was the
still
last time
snores.
you heard me snore?
Why else you still snore?
When was the last time you heard me snore?
Today. Yes. Yes.
That is wild.
Oh, is it?
I can't remember the last time I heard myself snore. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? Do you snore, Mary? Yes.
Absolutely not.
She does.
No, I
she
don't.
She definitely does. I hear
don't.
it. I hear it.
He's just hating.
I've definitely
Anyone
heard it.
you ask, literally.
I think I have a recording of it, actually.
No, you don't.
Anyone, I think I do have
anyone
a
you ask would literally tell you, I may be all over the bed. Now, that's something that my friends have been telling me, that I be in their space or something. And even that, I don't really believe. But when it comes to snoring, I actually don't snore.
Mary used to sleep in a bed with like 3-4 people every night.
What?
That's how she goes to sleep.
That is not
But
true.
anyway,
I have my own room.
into the main interview
What?
of this show. Anyway, now that we've told everybody to make the assumptions, how many did you get right? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, so
My friends like all of them.
most people that made your assumptions. Let's start with some basic questions just to get to know you. Just quick fire, real quick.
Fire. Don't ask any controversy.
No action.
Because it won't be quick fire as well.
It has to be quick fire. Favorite color?
Black.
Favorite movie?
I have a lot.
Just one, please.
I really like Frozen.
Favorite celebrity?
Jesus Christ.
Israel or Palestine?
What else? Please.
What was that? That was your reaction?
Please.
Everyone, go comment your opinions. She obviously doesn't know who to support.
No, stop.
Nigerian jollof or Ghanaian jollof? She doesn't
Nigerian
know
jollof.
again. She doesn't know who to choose
Nigerian
again.
jollof, please. It's obvious. Like,
No one knows.
it was never a question.
I see. You're a bit concerned, a bit lost. No problem.
These questions.
Tell us a little bit. Looking back on it, tell us, how was your childhood?
My childhood was very. I'm very blessed.
So you're rich? Is that your way of saying you're rich?
No, I was about to sneeze.
On a show is crazy.
Sorry.
On this show, better not sneeze into that thing.
Okay. Why can't I sneeze?
Onto my mic.
Like away. Anyways, my childhood was for the most part it was colorful. It was like it's what a childhood should be. I mean, because
If you had to put it in a poster, it was colored.
for the first 5 years of my life, I grew up here in Georgia.
Okay.
And I don't really have much recollection of that. So for me, my childhood really started when we moved to Nigeria, because from 6 all the way to 12 years old, right? And then most of my 5th year anyways. So all the way till 2015. And so I think all that 8 years I remember it being standard. I remember the way mom raised us, or the way mom raised me, you have to do your work before you play. But when we did play, we had a great time. Like, she made sure that we had friends. She wasn't like big on sleepovers, as they all are not, but she was very like, go downstairs and play, or she wasn't the kind to keep your kids from so I remember having church friends, especially when I was younger and it was easier to make friends. I would have church friends and have school friends. I remember having coloring books, like all the standard childhood stuff, like watching Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, having being taken out to eat when we have good grades, getting punished when you do wrong, having school supplies, all of that, just doing the standard childhood thing. So I think that my childhood was good, and being that we're raised in church, we kind of knew right from wrong pretty quickly. Don't steal, don't lie. And if you lie, you're liable to consequences.
One slap.
Yeah, like you're liable to consequences. And growing up in Nigeria, obviously, we had to learn to be respectful to elders, whether we like it or not. And so that was another part of that. And in Nigeria, pretty much the whole country believes in God. So that's kind of another thing I adapted. So yeah, I think my childhood wasn't really traumatic in terms of my growing up, and it was pretty.
So you had an easy childhood, is what you were saying?
Easy, yeah, in comparison
said
to how it
easy.
could have been, yeah.
So basically,
Yeah.
I was right at the beginning when I said you could assume you were kind of rich.
We were
growing up.
comfortable.
Comfortable. I see. You were comfortable growing up. You're comfortable, and you said you grew up. You started your life in Georgia. Is that what you said? You started your life in Georgia.
Yeah.
So you weren't born in Nigeria, is what you're saying?
I was born in New York.
You were born in New York. Wow.
And then
So you're not. The name of this show is truly truly Nigerian experience.
okay.
So you're not.
So what's your point?
So are you not Nigerian?
Were you, bro? Miles, please, bro, don't act like.
Whose show is this? Whose show is it? Exactly. You're the guest here. I'm interviewing you. Okay, this is your story.
You that is interviewing.
So
Where were you born? Where were you born?
These are the kind of guests I don't
Because
like having.
you're not about to.
Whoa.
Hey, if you want to talk about where we're born.
No.
Didn't you grow up in New York even longer than myself?
Wait.
Didn't you stay in America even longer than myself, technically, since you were born first? Oh.
People just like to talk. Like,
don't let him deceive you.
it's a simple question.
He can deceive.
Are you not Nigerian?
I'm Nigerian.
How?
Ethnicity and naturalization. Parents, ethnicity, naturalization.
Parents, ethnicity, naturalization.
I also have passports.
Oh, that's the gold standard.
Miles, please don't piss me off.
So, do you have a truly Nigerian experience?
What do you mean by that?
Wow.
Like, what are you referring to?
What do I mean? What am I referring to?
What's a truly, like, do I have to give you my...
She was prepped for this, by the way.
What
she
is
was
he
definitely
talking?
prepped for this.
I don't know what he's
She was
talking.
prepped for this podcast.
Bro, what is
you
this?
You come onto a show.
Is this a setup?
The truly Nigerian podcast, you come... Now you're fanning yourself. Now you're feeling kind of the pressure.
Bios.
Right?
What is going on?
What is going on?
Guys, all this is just a scheme.
Easy childhood, good parents,
we
easy
had the
life.
same parents.
So,
Mom, if you're watching this right now,
are you using my podcast to talk to someone else? Are you serious?
Dad, we literally have the same parents. Like,
are you done? Back to your story.
Anyways.
You know, as I'm going to probably fire my producer for getting this in charge, for like not vetting the guests.
Vetting?
But, okay. We have someone
What is he talking?
That might be posing as an Nigerian right now. Well, it's okay. No problem. So you said your life. What would you describe your household, your childhood house? If we had to peek into a regular day in your house, what would that look like?
At what age?
Just during your childhood, from the ages of about 12 to, let's say, around 8. You said you left America, the U.S., so that's where your life started?
So, like, maybe 10 years old on a normal day?
Yeah, let's say 10 years old.
Okay, we'd wake up, if it was during the week, obviously. We have school. Typically, wake up, my mom wakes me and my brother up. Whether he likes it or not, he was definitely there. Wakes both of us up at the same time. We kind of struggle to get up. If it's just a standard, regular day, like nothing, no exam, no nothing. Contemplate. We don't want to get up. And she comes back a second time with more harsh, a more harsh attitude for sure, and some threats. And so we get up, we shower. Because we're kids, we have the same room, obviously. And shower one after the other pretty much. We put on our school uniform. Very Nigerian private school to have that, even government schools. But yeah, we put on our school uniforms. We be clean because look, my mom doesn't really play that. So we're very used to like a routine. And that's another thing. I had a really fixed routine. It seemed like every day in, day out, there's a way that we were trained to do things. And even down to our uniform, how we put them on and how we dress up for school, all of that was routine. And we get fresh, we'd get clean, shoes polished, everything clean, bro. And then
Can I say something?
Yeah.
This is how people used to feel exam. What was the question? What was the question?
A standard day. This is a day in the life.
I said, how did your house, your home look like? What did your home look like? What did the people like?
Did
who was in your house?
Standard day. Like who was in the house?
Like, who did you have in the house? What was your relation to the people in the house?
Oh, well, a standard day in my house.
Of course, you went to school.
We were a perfect nuclear family.
Perfect is crazy.
Like the textbook. I say perfect, like the textbook one.
The textbook
like
one.
Mom, dad, son,
Boy,
daughter. Like that was exactly our setup, and it was just that. That was just that. We're a pretty small
So
unit.
where in Nigeria did you grow up again?
Abuja.
Oh,
Why?
Of course.
Why else you grew up
next to
in
the president's, kind of in a.
I never met the president.
Was it in the municipal area? Was it in the outskirts or?
Was in the city.
In the city, I see.
It was in 06.
So you came all the way from America, went to Abuja, the nice parts of Abuja.
What are you trying to do here?
And then in that little description,
what agenda is this?
You were very clean. The
people in the capital city are less Nigerian.
How did you describe your family? Perfect?
No, like the
Perfect?
text. This is bro, what? The textbook.
The
like,
textbook perfect family.
No, like what they draw when they talk about nuclear families.
Mm-hmm.
Father, mother, not like that. Like that's what.
Perfect family. I see. That's what people love to hear.
He was there though.
Anyway. So you had a perfect family in your childhood, since it seems like everything was pretty perfect. Is there any
I never said it was perfect.
Are there any core memories that you feel like are essential that made you who you are today? Or any traumatic, it can be positive, negative, like that happened during your childhood?
I think one of the ones that shaped my character was not really in my family, but I was a child.
Okay.
I really hope no one's like gonna actually watch this, but looking back at it, when I was no one from there in my school at the time, it wasn't the best memory, but it definitely opened my eyes. Like people really turn their backs on you, bro. Like don't get to thinking people like to see you on a come up. They don't. And when I was in my last year of junior secondary school. No. Like my last couple of years, they had positions, which in US we kind of call it ranking instead of positions. And I was always second position. I was best friends with the first position. If anyone's watching this is so dead. But since he's asking, I end up rising to the top, and my life changed. As was, they did not. It was also kind of a religion thing, but they didn't like that.
Who's the they?
Kind of everybody
in your class?
In the class that were like, there were a group of Muslim girls that, and it's not because of their religion, but that was kind of, they iced me out, and they always would speak Hausa and stuff like that, and I don't understand. But what I did understand is that they didn't really believe, they started rumors that, my mom bribed my way up and she bribed the teacher, but as a child, that really was like, oh my gosh, why do they hate me, right? And I didn't understand it, but it was really because I stole someone else's position. But that kind of was the experience for me that kind of started like, not everyone is for you. And as you go up in life, or as you try and rise and take a spot that might not necessarily be open, but you just kind of work your way up, you might not always be supported, and sometimes you will be iced out. So for me as a kid, that was kind of a harsh reality because I was bullied and rumored about until I graduated until now. But yeah. So yeah, that's kind of one of the memories that I remember. But apart from that, everything else is kind of how you remember your childhood, like a blur.
Fair enough. So that was your family. I've covered some. Did you have a lot of friends growing up? Continue.
Did I?
Wow.
Wait, but maybe.
When you find out you're the lonely kid.
No, I didn't really have that many, no.
Oh, really?
I kind of was a one friend type of person, and so when she kind of switched sides, I think that was really it. I had other friends, like two, but they weren't like my friends or nothing. So no, I wasn't like a popular kid or anything. I just was known for being that, and like being head girl. I was also head girl.
Mm-hmm. And they made an unpopular kid head girl.
I was isolated, guys. I didn't really have the best experience with friends. I wasn't like maybe until I came to US and started forming my own people, but no.
Do you ever feel like you were given the position of head girl because your brother who had just graduated was head boy?
Oh my gosh. No.
Okay.
And it came a time where that was very much brought into question. And the principal was like, literally no. Like, guys, she said it was because she saw how bold I was when I was acting in that drama and stuff. And she just believes I'm bold. But my brother was, in fact, the head boy before me. And however you want to take it, take it. But like.
So you're saying it might have played a part?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I would like to believe not.
I guess the question still remains.
Anyways.
No. So we're moving up. We're going into your teen years, right? Okay. Going into your teen years.
I prefer this part.
We're going from 13 to about like 18. Let's say that 13 to 18.
A lot.
What would you say? What happened during this time? Were there any major changes to your life?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
This was when I was in America. All of those 13 to 18.
Oh, so after
America
coming to Nigeria, you used Nigeria for a little bit, and then you now left.
Used? Anyways, my 13 to 18, I was definitely in the U.S., but in the span of those years, I visited Nigeria twice, back and forth. I moved from Georgia to Midland to Dallas. Like I'm missing a place, actually, but those kind of moves, and a lot happened. I lived with different people before I ended up moving out, obviously, but we lived with different people, went to different American schools. The shift into the public system, crazy. The shift into the American system, crazy. The shift from Africa being, I got here still when Nigeria was just Africa, and Africa was, are there fridges? Are there planes? And now being in the shift of it, when I started being 18, now Nigeria is cool-ish. And so, yeah, all of that made a huge difference. And then navigating your teenage years and navigating friendships, navigating high school, the portrayal of how big of a deal high school is in American TV shows is real. High school is a war zone, guys. And especially the public system. I'm going to speak for the public system because I don't know anything else. And all of that is really a lot. And the transition from high school to college, whole lot. And so, yeah, there's a lot there. So there's a lot of changes, yeah.
Okay, a lot of changes. What was your family life looking like? Your perfect family? What happened to them?
Well, we split, right?
Your family split up?
Excuse me, because
my brother... Was it like a divorce or something?
No.
Or? You said they split up?
My brother and I had to... My brother and I...
You couldn't make me cut all
had
this.
had to leave our parents. And so we had to be, I would say, use the word exposed to different families. And we first made the move to Georgia to live with one of our aunts and her husband. Okay. And their kid. So, massive side eye. And so, that was the beginning of, I didn't always grow up with that family unit that I described earlier. After that, like 2 years after living with them, it was pretty unsuccessful. We also moved with them to Midlands, which was a random city in Texas. So after living with them, we moved to one of my mom's university family friends pretty much, and we moved with her and her three kids, and yeah, we grew up there until I was about 19 and my brother was about 20 or 21, and we moved out. And so now my family unit is really just that. It's half of the family is just me and my brother, and then in Nigeria is my mom and dad. So that's pretty much what my family unit looks like over the years. Yeah.
Have you made more friends, or you're still a lonely,
right now,
isolated person?
Right now?
No, in your teenage years. We're talking about your teenage years.
I mean, because of how many moves, I still was pretty isolated.
Kind of a lonely kid. Pretty much,
and especially when I just got here, the transition was pretty harsh for me. I struggled. That whole I don't fit in. It was a real thing. I didn't feel like no one understood. And my accent was very thick, which is fine. But people purposely acted like they didn't understand. I didn't understand a lot of the system, the way they took notes, the way they graded, the way they turned things in, what was expected. And so that transition was not the easiest. I had a friend, but she was also a kid. And so it wasn't the easiest process. And so I was pretty isolated. I had about a single friend in middle school, and then high school, moving to Dallas for the first time. My sophomore year, I had about a single friend or two friends, and then, but as I got used to the system, by the time I was a junior, I definitely had a
couple more friends,
and I was ready. I came knowing that year, and that was the beginning of my upwards and then still downward spiral. So, yeah.
So, what's a major story or something that majorly happened during that time?
Which time? The teenage years? In my head, they're like so many, like it's split. Like which city? Like which city?
The ones that's the biggest determinant. Which one is the biggest? You have like many small stories, one big story. Like, what do you have?
That describes my teenage years.
Yeah, that was impactful.
I think the most impactful year I've had as a teenager was definitely when I was like a junior transition. You know, when you're like 16, 17, 18, you feel like you got it. You have a grip, you know, things matter. So kind of, whether you believe it or not, your peers matter. You kind of have this reputation that you want to hold in, especially in high school. And so when I was a junior and a senior, that was a big deal for me. I'm not going to hold you. I was friends with football players. And so I started to realize what like school popularity was, like high school, the high school vibe. And I joined color guard. And so I loved color guard, still do. And it was like, I'm starting to live my high school dream. I was also an AP student. So I was kind of in a clique or around students that were at the top of the school academically, like meeting kids that were very, 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 very big on their passing in university and college. And so that was kind of my pivotal year. And I think a series of bad decisions was what I remember, not academically. I knew how to get there, but I mean socially. I started doing things that I knew were me or trying to.
Like what?
Or
mention them.
I remember when they would, some of my friends, can't name names. I remember when they would smoke and stuff, and I wasn't as opposed to, I wanted to.
What were they smoking? Is it like cannabis, marijuana? Like crack, cocaine?
Don't stress me out, please.
People smoke crack.
It's weed.
Cocaine. Oh, weed? Okay.
Is that good?
Continue.
Anyways, so it's kind of like peer pressure. Don't follow bad gang, right? But I never became a smoker or anything. It's just I found myself in proximity to that, and I wasn't strong on my own values to oppose that. And yeah, man. Yeah. Those are...
That was your teenage years?
My teenage years were a bunch of kind of feeling like I had to follow a certain standard and certain groups of people, and I wanted to be pleasing to everybody. Kind of like I wanted everyone to like me, but I wasn't also going out of my way. But I wanted to be, I didn't have like, oh, I don't want people that do this, this, and this. I was okay with whatever situation I found myself in, friendship-wise. And so, yeah, I wasn't also surrounded by a ton of Nigerian friends. I think I had like maybe one or two, and the rest were very American, Mexican, and so I was very diverse during my high school days. So yeah.
Fair enough.
High school is a movie.
Is there anything else you'd want us to know about your teenage years?
I would say the person you become when you're between 13 to 18 is someone you really need to watch. It's really easy to think you got it. It really is easy to think you have it. You have the boys under control. You have the girls under control. You know what you want from life already at 16. You know exactly what you want to do. You want to please the opposite gender, but you also are mysterious. Like you want to dress a certain way. You want to give. It's a lot. It's a lot of identity crisis, identity issues. And so I would say I had to go through all of that and the ups and downs. But if you make it through the teenage years with any of the values that you've learned as a kid, it will pay off. And once you start to grow into an adult, when you're 19, 20, 21, you'll look back and be like, what the heck happened? Like, what was that? Why was I doing that? Why was I a part of that? I didn't even need to do half of the things that I did do. And so, yeah, that's what I would like to end that off on. Survive it, and don't think you're smarter than all the adults and everybody in the room, because when you look back on it, you start to realize you were not smart. Oh, and also just focus on your grades. Very, very important. I'm glad that I did that. That's the one thing I did. I was consistent with my academics. Please do that. It pays off. It pays off. It pays off times 3. Like, if you don't do anything right, do that part right. Do the grades. Do the assignments. Like, don't flunk out. Finish.
Okay. So now let's answer level 2 questions. We're about to get into your modern day, kind of your dates, your 20s till now.
I love this part.
So go to your level 2 questions, your regular level 2 questions.
Okay, if I could be friends with one Kardashian, it would be what? I love this question.
Oh, she used to watch that Kardashian show for real.
Woo! Just grinds my gears.
Well, what are the options? There's OBJ.
Oh, I thought the options were pretty clear.
No.
One of the sisters, obviously, but A, Kim, B, Chloe, C, Courtney.
Kim.
You're so right, because guys, the Kardashians on Hulu, like not the Keeping Up With, like the newer ones, like the new one came out last year. They're still doing seasons. I just love Kim. Like if I had to choose one, not that I don't even follow her on Instagram, but from the show, guys, watch the show. If you watch the show, you can see like
no free promo.
Kim.
Cut that out.
Kim. That's all I have to say. Just Kim.
Congratulations. I'm so happy that you like her.
If she does something wrong tomorrow, I'm not standing for her. Don't come and say, oh, Mary supports this. No, I don't have any loyalty to any celeb. But if I had to choose, it'd be Kim.
If you had to choose, it'd be Kim.
Because celebs, you follow your hand.
In high schools, I got mostly A's, B's, or C and D's.
Which high school? You?
Me.
I would say B and C's.
B and C's? That's what I mostly got. Incorrect. I got mostly A's in high school. I did.
Maybe it's the way I answered your lap.
She made it seem
I made it
that
seem
I got
like,
B's, and I mostly got A's throughout high school.
She
mostly
did not
got
like
A's. I barely got any C's. I think I got maybe 1 C.
Maybe that's the one she publicized.
I probably. I graduated in the top 20% of my school.
Oh, wow. Woo!
Probably top 15 when I think about it.
Oh, Riverdale.
I just pictured that Instagram video with how you feel like people are going to react.
Yeah, I was like, yay.
All right for you, Papa. Anyway, what did you get? Mostly D's?
Are you actually, Piles, don't piss me off, bro.
Mostly D's. Anyway,
I was getting
Ask
A's.
your question.
I was in AP classes. You can't be getting D's.
You can definitely still get D's in AP classes. Anyway, continue.
They will be advising you to drop them.
We all know what the answer was.
I have been in a fight how many times?
0. I've never been in a fight. Chad, she just curled up like that, weakling.
What?
Someone can just go and bulldoze her like that. And she be talking too. She be talking mad mess.
No, I don't.
Waiting for someone to come fight her like crazy.
Guys, I actually just don't believe in violence.
That's the reason, right? So the people that used to fight to defend themselves, they believe in violence.
No, that's cool.
So they come and fight you.
Who?
Anybody.
I don't like fighting.
So what would you do?
Like, I don't like pain. So like the thought of like someone hitting me over what? Like what would
self-defense? That someone come and attack you.
Oh, self-defense. I've not had to play that, but if I would rather use like a taser.
Or if you don't have one.
I mean, you have to fight for your life. Bro.
So you would fight. That's all.
I mean,
when I post to my story, I've been in a couple of fights, but that's for my own episode. When I post to my story, I guess we'll see. The fans' favorites, the person that they like the most, will come back and interview me on my episode.
Are they getting paid?
What's your issue? Ever since you came up here, you're acting like something's up your behind. When I post on my story, do I use filters? Do I A, use filters, B, sometimes, C, never use filters?
Never use filters.
I never use filters? You can see my fresh face. Like this, standard.
He just has an Android. He doesn't know how to use it.
I have an Android. If you have an iPhone, you're part of a cult.
Anyways, I have more something tickets. I have more dash tickets. A, parking. B, speeding. C, and A, I'm a great driver.
She has gotten pulled over before.
They said tickets.
She has gotten pulled over before.
They said tickets.
By the police.
They said tickets.
You know, and I'm very sure if you go through her record, maybe she might have a parking ticket, but nothing that we know of right now. So she doesn't have any tickets. That's what she wants to say.
That's false, actually. I have 2 parking tickets.
What
I just never paid because I never came back. But one is at UTD. When I catch them, it's on site. Because I literally...
What's on site? You just say you don't fight. You don't believe in violence. So what's on site?
You don't always have to fight with your fists.
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
What?
Find out.
You said something's on site. So what is on site?
Anyways.
Wait, who is it going to be on site with? Like, the person's doing the parking meters or what?
Yes. Because, bro, like, he didn't have to do that.
What if it was not the same person?
Miles, when I get to
what
that
are you
bridge...
going to do when you see them on site? Fucking this exact nothing.
I'm just so tired.
You're just gonna drive by.
I got to the University of North Texas in Dallas. I also got a parking ticket there, and I forgive them because I know I should have renewed my parking permit, but I haven't and I won't. But at that time, I went to go park in a place that it's easy for me to get caught. So that's on me. But UTD, so one parking ticket is at UTD, and the other one is at UNCD. Universities, they dock my car a lot. Yeah. Twice.
Very interesting. So you're a criminal. Thank you that we all know.
Not really.
A freaking criminal.
Actually,
Actually what? You want to confess again?
No, that's it, guys.
Okay, I think that's all the level 2 questions, right? Perfect. So now in the last phase of your life, what would you say what's the most impactful thing that's happened to you over in your 20s now?
One would be my faith journey.
Your faith journey? Very interesting. What are you doing? What is that? What is that?
I'm having a moment.
Why are you forging a moment?
Who are you to judge my moment? Anyways, it's my faith journey. I think it's really changed my life as it does. I've always been Christian, though. It's just been that much deeper for me as I aged to, as I aged to my 20, 21, 19. The second thing would be my foundation. Oh, God.
What? Why are you doing all this pausing?
Because it is.
What is that about?
Oh, God. My foundation has been such a pivotal thing to be a part of. And the privilege it is to lead the team and to watch the people we've been able, thankfully, to have an impact on. Great. The third thing would be moving out. Oh, God.
Oh, gosh. It's
been different things. And stop, bro. It's been different things with my brother and our friends, our series of friends.
Wow.
Different people that we've met, different times we've hosted. Yeah. It's a whole different thing when you live this life under your own roof and not a parent. And so that's been a big change for my 19, 20, and 21 years. That's like a significant difference between my teenage years. Those are the 3 things that kind of very much changed.
That kind of changed very much. Wow. Such a unique story. So what's the craziest thing that's happened in your life?
I think the biggest thing that has happened in my life was when someone tried to run me over with the car.
Wow. What happened there? What was that story like?
Basically, she felt like I was the reason, because I was friends with, it was during my teenage years. I was just caught in the wrong situation. Oh.
Literally asked. If nothing has happened in your...
It wasn't during my teenage years. It was like, I was more older. I was like 18, 19. But it was before I moved out, though. So she basically, it's some high school drama that she just never got over, I believe. And so she She found me on the street one day. I was walking in my apartment, my brother kind of behind me, and she floored it. When I tell you, she floored it because she hates me, I guess. She floored it and tried to hit me, and Pios like yells to me, bro, move. And then I kind of jump out the way like that close. And my whole, I want to tell you, like, your whole life flashes. Like, I have never been so scared in my life. And so I jump out the way, and that's what saves my life. And she pulls up, she comes down from the car with one of my friends, which end up being obviously problems for us. And she and the friend, she was just taunting me, saying stuff like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I didn't do anything. I just kept walking. And my brother kind of walked up to me, and we just walked to the house. And so sometimes I just think of that day. Like, that was really crazy.
So, question. You almost got rode over, or almost got ran over, right? Why? Why was she angry?
It was over. Okay, so in high school, there was this football player she was off and on with, and I was his best friend. And so when they...
Best friend?
Yes, I was very close. We were very, very close.
Okay. Were.
We ended up dating later. But when they were having their problems, I guess she blamed me for her problems. At the end of the day, I didn't really do anything to her that warranted, like, that necessarily said, oh, come and kill me in the middle of the day, years after it's happened. It's high school. Like,
how many years after that?
It's like 2-3 years, I think, that she did that.
2-3 years after
the situation in high school. I'm not even dating him anymore. Like, none of us are like, what? And so, yeah, it was very old. Like, it was so unnecessary.
Are you guys friends today?
Who?
You and the person that almost ran you over.
No. What?
You're not friends anymore?
No. I have no idea what
you
she is.
You had a friend in the car. Were you guys friends? No? Are you guys friends now?
Yeah. I mean, she definitely apologized because that was wrong, and she shouldn't have been in the car anyways. And I just ended up letting it go.
Now, you and the football player, did you guys date well, successfully?
No. We just dated for a brief period, but
Were you in love with him?
No.
No, you didn't love him? You never loved him?
I loved him.
Did you love him or did you not love him?
I loved him.
You loved him?
To the best of my ability as a youngin'.
So you were in love with him?
In love? I don't know. I don't really, like, in love kind of starts for me when I'm older. Now that I know what love is. Do you understand? So, no, I don't think I had the ability to be in love. But, yeah, I loved him. I cared about him, yeah.
Wow. So, you're not friends. Are you friends with him? No? Yes.
Nah, but there's no beef, though.
There's no beef.
We're cool.
He's cool. You're cool.
But he's not, like, in my life or anything.
He's not in your life. You don't want him in your life. You hate him.
I don't hate him. I just said.
But you don't want him. You don't want him in your life.
I don't prefer it to be.
You prefer him not to be in your life. So,
He's just putting words into my mouth. I'm so glad this camera is here because I can look to them for, like, you see me. Like,
answer the question.
No, he's not in my life. No,
is that by your own design, or does he not want to be in your life?
It's kind of by my own design.
You don't want him to be in your life.
Just a preference.
Just a preference. You don't really like.
But he's cool though. He's cool.
He's cool, but you don't want cool people in your life.
It's history. Like, we don't need to, like. I have this thing of, like, when people leave my life, I'm very hesitant before I just
come back. Like, you call
especially
him over?
Because the kind of person I've become is very different from the person he dated.
Okay.
Or the person we were when the person I was when we were close.
Of course.
So because I'm such a different person, I just don't see the need for it. And like I said, my faith journey, I feel like it's just not where I'm supposed to be. And so I don't want to necessarily put myself in a position where I have to re-find out why this person is not in my life, you know? Not saying that he would do that, but that's kind of how I look at things some of the time. But I forgive. There's no bad blood, there's no tension. I just don't think that any of us belong in each other's lives right now, especially from my end.
That's fair enough. Is there anything else that you want us to know about your life?
In all aspects? As is right now, I would like you guys to know that I'm looking forward to life, right? I'm very happy with everything that's happened. And I thank God for everything that has happened, and everyone that I've met and that has played a role in my life, especially in my foundation. I appreciate every person, no matter what has happened, what has transpired, if anything. I love my friends that I have right now. They uphold me. They make me accountable. They make me want to be better. They're the kind of friends to look you and be like, I love you, but nah, you know? And I love that. I need that. And I appreciate my family. My family is very, very supportive. I appreciate my church. My church is so welcoming. At least I think so. And I just love where I'm starting off my 21st year. And I'm excited for the year, and not in a cringe way, but seriously. I am excited to see what happens in my life. I graduate this year, so this is the year where you have to kind of decide what next, right? And I'm looking forward to that. Possibly a master's, possibly a gap year. Who knows, right? And I am looking towards going to Nigeria even more than I have before, for the sake of my foundation. This year, my foundation is launching a new arm in Nigeria, and I am very excited. We are so excited. And I have more people that have given their time to give back. And that is something, a privilege that I can't thank God for enough, to be able to motivate people and create maybe the platform for them to feel like they're a part of their community for the better, for positive, to inspire youths in that way, and to watch them and to learn from them, because they are in the country and they live there. And so I'm just happy for a bunch of things. And to anyone that is watching that knows me personally, I appreciate you.
Well, that's the end of this show. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. This is so much fun. Follow me on the gram.